Good afternoon. I'm Mike Roberts with the Visiting Nurse Association of Greater St. Louis. Happy Thursday. This is your weekly medical moment, and we have had a whirlwind journey since last Thursday. At this time, we were at Our Lady of Life Apartments. That evening, we had a 40-minute long presentation, very special presentation called Living with and Embracing Grief, and you can find that right here on our website. Especially if you're grieving, you should watch this. And then on Tuesday, we had a visit from Art Holliday and Jennifer Blome. They brought their show right to our offices. They were here from 10 a.m. to noon. We talked about the flu shot. We talked about a number of different things, not the least of which was the importance of being part of this team. There's a job fair that we want to talk about in a moment. And we also spent yesterday at KMOX. Our own Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Mary Fox, was on Total Information in the morning. Then she was on with Charlie Brennan. And then at noon, actually 12:42, she joined the Annie Frey show. In between, she recorded a show with Jill Devine that will air at 6:30 in the morning on Saturday on 96.3. And we will keep you abreast of all of these things. But before all of that happened, we went to Channel 5. 5 on Your Side was kind enough to let us come down and talk to our flu nurse, and her name is Jennifer Jones. So Chester and Kelly and their producer Cam all got flu shots, but this is my favorite video of the whole stretch. You're going to see Jennifer Jones as she's waiting to be interviewed, Chester as he does the weather, and then there's Kelly Jackson with the Kelly Jackson wave, reminding us that she got her flu shot as well. But I'd like to go back to Art and Jennifer. You know, I think they're fascinating folks, and what a gift we've had in this market to watch them on the air. They started today in St. Louis in the late 80s, were on the air together until 2011. To me, they represent what happens to all of us as we age a little bit, as we become a little bit older, and how the culture changes in the way it sees value in us. So I'd like to have you hear their story, because it's a great story, and they do speak to this change that we have to go through as we transition and get a little bit older. Here's that story now.
Like we were never split up.
It's, I was trying to think of some smart aleck answer, but it's like a gift. It really is. Obviously, we had a great long run in television, 22 years on Today in St. Louis, and when that came to an end in 2011, there was no reason to think that we were going to reunite, even though we talked about it at various times, but the timing was never right and that sort of thing.
And the reason we kept talking about it, when I left Channel 5, I went to the APA. And so I was going out to schools every day and just seeing tons of people, and people always asked me where Art was. Like, well, he's still at Channel 5 and I'm here. I mean, always. People wouldn't even say, hello, Jennifer. They would just say, hello, Art and Jennifer. So many people think radio and TV are alike, but I heard Art and John Carney talking the other day about the crossover skills.
There's some overlap, but there's a lot more talking off the top of your head in radio, whereas television is almost the exact opposite of that. While there is some ad-libbing, and certainly morning news lends itself more to that in television, but most everything else is scripted. And here, they want us to give an opinion. They want us to talk about ourselves, which is, we're kind of old school. Like, we don't think of ourselves as the story.
Well, and give an opinion, and I'm talking about newscasters. It's different with commentators or editorializing, but we had just been trained, never give an opinion. I still have great difficulty with it. And one thing I like to say about KTRS is that we give you a break from hate, because it is talk radio, but we are apolitical in our show for the most part. And the great thing is that people text and call, and so talk about a conversation. It is a conversation with the listeners.
Well, the rules about growing older have changed. And, you know, there was a time in my life when I was much younger and I thought 65 was ancient. Well, not anymore. Now that I've joined the club, you know, I feel good, and I know I have a lot to offer, but I'm also cognizant of that I'm closer to the end than the beginning, you know, in terms of television and that sort of thing. I think my TV career is probably winding down. It remains to be seen how long we'll be on the radio. I mean, I think there's probably I think there's probably an opportunity to do it as long as we want.
Maybe.
But, you know, who knows?
And so it does seem like we've come full circle. We're still devoted to certain causes, and so it's a pleasure to be able to have Mike on our show and the Visiting Nurse Association, and to be here. It makes me think we are where we're supposed to be.
Well, one of the main reasons we had Art and Jennifer here, and again, it was such a gift to have them here, is because we were trying to promote our job fair. Now, that's going to be coming up on October 22nd. That's a Tuesday, 8 a.m. to noon. And it'll be right here at our offices, 2029 Woodland Parkway, Suite 105, Maryland Heights, 63146. And the reason for the job fair is we're looking for folks to come and become part of our family, especially in hospice. We need a hospice nurse, social worker. We could use more volunteers. And you'll get refreshments. You'll meet all of the members in our family. I also want to remind you that all of this information is on our website, Visit a Bit, Advanced Illness Management, Hospice, and if you're looking to get a flu shot, you see this arrow, it will take you to where these locations are. Click on that View Locations button and you'll find the location nearest to you. Well, thanks so much for watching. If you loved that interview with Art and Jennifer, it's going to stay on our Facebook page for a while. I'm Mike Roberts, along with Brittany Morris, who's producing today for the Visiting Nurse Association of Greater St. Louis. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and go Cardinals!